Okay, so we're gonna be going over just some tips for pull-ups. I help people that are both learning calisthenics and that already are able to do it. So I know what a pull-up is, and then the chin-up variation of a pull-up. Because technically they're pretty much the same exercise. Because if I put my hands here, is this a neutral grip chin-up or a neutral grip pull-up? So chin-ups and pull-ups might just be the same thing. But one is just a more specific version of the other, like squares and rectangles. So pull up, hands facing away from you, or palms facing away from you, and the chin up, palms facing towards you. For the most part, both these exercises are almost the exact same. So most things that apply to one apply to the other. People usually have an easier time doing chin ups because their arms are more developed than their backs. So they're able to pull a lot easier with their arms than they can with like their back muscles. But some ways to get a good pull up. First off, pull up form. Um, you don't just want to pull your arms down. You want to engage your back. So if your shoulder blades are up, pull your shoulder blades down. Almost try to pull your chest to the bar as opposed to just pulling your head to the bar. Pull your chest to the bar, engage your back, engage your shoulder blades. Squeeze your core. Stabilize your legs because that's also a leak of energy. So you want to engage your core, flex your hips, squeeze your quads even if you need to sometimes, if it gets more difficult. The more stable your body is, the easier it'll be to pull. And then that for a chin up, it's a lot easier. You just kind of flex at the arm. You can still do the same things. Decompress your shoulder blades or flex your back. Pull up. So now the tricky part is not necessarily if how to do a pull up for most people. For most people, it's how to, let's say, how to either do more pull ups or how to go from doing pull ups to doing other things. I think I'll cover like muscle up, one arm pull ups, and all that in a different video. For this one, I'll just put like the progressions for how to get better at doing pull ups and chin ups. It should count for that too. So, if you can't do any pull ups at all, I'd say the best things you can do would be, first of all, you just have to get used to doing your body weight. A lot of people tell you if you can't do pull-ups, you should do lat pull-downs. That's not necessarily how it works. There are plenty of people that can do lat pull-downs for their body weight but can't do pull-ups. So, easiest thing you can do first off, starting off, is hanging. Just hanging, letting your body weight be in your hands, keeping yourself off the ground. And not just hanging, but doing scapular pulls. So you're getting to that position where you would start your pull up from. I'm not going to give any sets and reps. This is more so just like things you can do, and then you kind of figure out how many times you'd want to practice this. Because you can kind of do it in a normal workout scheme, so let's say 3 and 10, but there's so many variations that what you might want to do is combine them. So you do as many of these, or you do as many of the easier ones, or you do as many of the harder ones first and then the easy ones next. So that's probably the easiest variation. The next would just be the flex arm hang. So you're here, or you jump up to the bar because most people can't just hold themselves up. So you might climb up and just hang, and then don't let it go. You fight it all the way down, or you can jump up, do a pull up, get to the top, and then slowly come down. So you don't have to necessarily hold it at the top and then slowly come down. But what you can do is go up, pull yourself while going up, and then slowly come down, resist it. Because you may not be able to have the strength to pull yourself up, but you have the strength to allow yourself to be lowered on the eccentric. So, and I actually applied this to learning the one arm pull up. I don't think I have the space to do it, but it's the same exact thing. I would just jump up with one arm, and then with that arm, slowly lower myself. Then I also realized if I came to hold my weight in my hands or in one hand, how can I do a one arm pull up? So I also practice just hanging from the bar. So the magic word in calisthenics is really progression. You want to progress a lot of these exercises, not just for strength and the skill, but also for muscle building. So if you know you can only do like 10 pull-ups, then your workout with calisthenics is going to consist of 3 sets of 10 pull-ups. It'll probably be 3 sets, 5 pull-ups, then like maybe a chin-up if you know that you can go from chin-up pull-ups to chin-ups without it fatiguing you as much. And then you might have another back movement that helps you to grow your back. So it's all about progression, starting with the harder stuff and then going into the easier ones. So you can do jumping, you can do hanging, and you can do jumping and you can do hanging. You can do and slowly lowering yourself. You can do a combination of all of those. So gradually over time, those will allow you to be able to do more pull-ups. Just because you're just becoming more acclimated to having your body weight in your hands. Like I can't even explain the process to you. Let's say the past 3 weeks I've been practicing doing the flagpole, and I haven't necessarily, well, maybe I've gotten stronger, but my body's just gotten used to me like trying that move to where I couldn't hold it, and now I can kind of hold it for like a little bit. Let me see if I can even do it now. Let's see. Just a little bit of like proof. So it's not something I practice for longer than like a few weeks. And that's another thing. Progression and practice. So even I've fallen victim to this a couple of times. You try a move once and you can't do it, so then you stop. But the truth is you have to kind of keep working at it consistently. Not every day, but at least twice a week so that you can actually get better. Because a lot of these moves aren't something that you just do on the first try. Not really supposed to be. I actually don't even have a good setup to do it. Now I think about it. There's nowhere to really grab. Is there a spot here? Nah. Well, anyway, you just have to take my word for it. I'll upload a video of me doing it on one of the other days. But you have to continually practice, and that's the best way you'll get better at doing the pull-ups. You just have to do pull-ups, and then you do the progressions. So aside from that, a way that I know that you can like exponentially increase how many pull-ups you can do. First off, you have to have an indoor pull-up bar, or that makes it more convenient. You can have an outdoor one too. Now, what you do, you set a condition for how many times you're gonna do pull-ups. So I honestly credit doing this with also why my back is as big as it is. Like other reasons aside, is every time you come to this, I said that every time I entered my room and exited my room, I would do as many pull-ups as I could. At the time, I could do like 20, which is still a good amount. But I went from doing 20 to doing 30 by doing it that way. So you set a condition that every time, let me check what this video is. You set a condition for every time for whatever, or you say, I'm going to do this many pull-ups in a day, spread out amongst this many. It's just the same way that people get really good at doing push-ups. They just do a lot of them. Like, There are people that do thousands of push-ups a day, like stuff like that. It's very similar to pull-ups. That doesn't mean you have to dedicate your life to doing that many pull-ups, but it's just a matter of if you want to get better pull-ups, it's a super easy way. Because imagine like in a day, not even thinking about it, you just do 20 or 10 or 15 or however many every time you see a pull-up bar, and you just get a lot better at it from not even thinking about it, not even getting sore half the time because you don't have to do your max. You can do half your max, like however much. You can do just enough to where you aren't really going to failure, but enough to where you're just building so much volume throughout the entire day, every day, that you get just so much better at it. So I don't want to go into muscle ups just yet. I feel like it's not so much more advanced, but it's a lot similar, or it's not as similar to doing pull ups. It's a little bit different. But I will go into doing a one arm pull up because it's almost the exact same progression. And I don't mean one arm pull ups like with your arm facing you or people do one arm chin ups. I mean the legit one arm pull ups. So it's the exact same progression. Can you hang by one hand? After hanging by one hand, can you like raise yourself with that one arm? And then can you jump up and then hold yourself up with that one arm? So I guess not. But I guess I jumped the wrong way. But can you jump up, hold yourself up? Or can you climb up, come here, hold yourself, and then slowly lower? I kind of suck at one arm pull-ups. I can like barely do them. But but if that's the case, you can continue to progress those. And I think in a matter of like, I don't even remember, a week or two when I trained them, I was able to keep them. Yeah, I gotta keep it even. So I'm gonna do this side too. But good thing is, if you learn calisthenics, even when you weigh a lot less, and you continue to train, just even doing normal pull-ups, you kind of keep your skills a bit. So since I've learned how to do one arm pull-up or even like a front lever, I'll do a video on that. I'm not gonna cover that today either. I've kept the ability to still do those skills, even though I put on like 40 more pounds since how much I weighed when I learned them. So, but that's also through progression. Like as your body gets heavier, hopefully it's getting stronger because you're putting on more muscle. But yeah, so same progression. So kind of to go back over things. If you can't do pull-ups, flexed arm hang, slow eccentric, explosive concentric, either a jump or yeah, just explosive concentric with the jump, and then lowering yourself or holding yourself up, or doing a combination of both. And then after that, so that's how to get to doing pull-ups slowly over time. How to do more pull-ups, just attacking pull-ups multiple times over the course of every day, as often as you can for I want to say as many reps as you can or as many reps as you're willing to. That'll blow up your pull-ups after being able to do them. And then yeah, just the concept of progression and practice applies to almost every calisthenic technique. If you're strong enough, because you get to the point where you're strong enough, you just simply practice a move, you'll be able to probably do it. Because a lot of them aren't too hard. It is require your body to become more familiar um, with doing them. But yeah, that's about it.